What it do, y'all? It's your girl Makeup and Travel, and for today's video your girl is here to bring you an update on her must-have must-gag series. This is my series that I created inspired by Samantha March's Will I Buy It series, where I tend to focus on indie brand releases. I always have her channel, or oh my gosh, I always have her playlist and the community playlist linked down below, as well as all of the items that I discuss linked down below if they are available. I also have all the information for my face, and I do have started putting information for my nails in case you are interested. For my lips, really quickly, I can just tell you, MAC, I have my Nyma, Tang, and MAC collaboration. On my eyes, I have my Modern Ren, and that's it. I didn't even do a huge base. It's super late. It's 9 p.m. on Saturday. I've had a long day of hanging out with my family and all that jazz, and I just want to get into this so I can get this edited, uploaded, and ready for you guys tomorrow on Sunday. So I am just going to scoot over. I'm gonna pull up some information on my phone, and we are gonna get right into it. The first thing I want to talk about is actually a palette that was released by a YouTuber that I actually follow, and the brand's name is DJ Unique Boutique. I can't remember her YouTube name for the life of me for some reason, but her real name is DJ, and this is her first eyeshadow palette that she has released. She is a black indie brand owner, and I will have the swatches on the screen. This is her swatches, so you'll see how true to it is. She has basically almost 2 rows full of mattes, and then she, oh my god, autofocus, no. Sorry. So she has about 2 rows almost of mattes, and then she has about 5 shimmers. Now, based on the swatches and based on what I can remember when it comes to her makeup preference, those are actual shimmers. They're not going to be metallics unless you foil them, which is not a bad thing because not everybody really wants a super metallic situation going on. Like today, this is pretty much a shimmer. I didn't want to put too much fuss or too much muss in it, but then again, it is late at night, so that might be why. Anyways, I like the colors that she brought. She brought a lot of primary colors, and then 2, you know, the brown and the black. Based on the yellow, I can tell that that's a very white based yellow, so for me that's not my favorite type of yellow overall. Other than that, I think this is a decent palette. It wouldn't be something that I would feel the need to bring into my collection personally, but I do know of 2 of DJ's best friends on YouTube have already published videos on this palette, so if you are interested, I will try and link them down below. I know KK is one. I can't remember the other. I can't remember YouTube names for the life of me, but I will have both of their videos and DJ's announcement video linked down below, along with where to go if you want to purchase this palette. Like I said, I think it's a nice looking palette, but just not something that I need currently in my makeup journey. Last week I discussed this brand, and not last week. Did I discuss this brand? I don't remember. At some point I've discussed this brand in a video, and I wanted to talk about it in this type of video. Prompa Beauty has released lipsticks that they believe and have shown to be perfect for women of color, deeper complexions that are all going to be nudes. I do have a video that's already edited and everything. I just haven't figured out when I'm going to publish it. I think it's going to come up sometime this week. And I'm going to show all of my brown lip products, showing basically that I don't need them. But these are some really nice looking lipsticks. Angelica Nyquist has talked about them, and she's done a video, so I will have that video linked down below if you guys are interested. Based on what I see, I would see at least 2 or 3 shades from this brand that I would love to bring into my collection. But like I said, I have quite a few brown lip products, so I don't need to bring any more. But I would recommend this brand. From what I see from Angelica and just the shade range, I would recommend it for somebody who's darker complexion. I also love the fact that none of the browns have like a really pink undertone. They seem to be very subtle in their undertone difference, but on a deeper complexion it'll actually show a bigger difference. I don't know how to say it better, but that's what I mean. So yeah, I'm really happy about this brand. I can't wait to see what more they bring out. Maybe they'll bring out something that's going to be more my style, or something that I feel would actually be useful to bring into my collection, but right now it's just not useful. MAC is going to be launching different Fix Pluses. So they're going to be bringing 3, 6, 7 new Fix Pluses, which all have, I guess, a different feel and probably a different scent to them. I do have a Fix Plus somewhere. I don't know. I only have one left, and it's just my matte Fix Plus. I'm hoping to get done with this soon. Every time I use this baby, I always get white droplets on my face because the dispenser is broken. But other than that, I would recommend Fix Plus. I've gone through a normal Fix Plus before and I've enjoyed it. This one I was enjoying prior to the faucet being broken. JD Glow has released by now their liquid multi-chromes. I think this is very different for JD Glow. They are a black owned indie brand, in case you are interested. My big thing about JD Glow is that a lot of their products don't tend to last long. Right now, I think I only have one product left from them, since I had quite a few. I had eyeshadows. I think I still have the eyeshadows. I'm not positive on that. But I know I still have one highlighter from them, and everything else basically that was liquid has gone bad. So if you are going to take the time to buy this, if they are still available and they haven't been sold out, I would recommend only getting a couple that you know you're going to get a lot of use out of quickly, because from my experience, their products just really do go bad quickly, which is unfortunate. Inglot is also launching 10 new shades. They're all in the neon family. I do have quite a few shades from Inglot, and I do enjoy their formula. I think their formula is nice and pigmented and blendable as well. I do like a couple of these shades. I can't honestly say any of these shades are something that would be unique to my collection at all. Maybe unique to my Inglot collection, but overall, I mean, I have these shades. So for me, once again, I'm gonna have to go ahead and pass. In addition, I feel like I've learned this year that I don't really reach for my singles as much as I really wish I would. I tend to really reach for my palettes and get more pan in those palettes than in my singles. So for me, adding new singles, it really needs to be something really special, really unique for me to really bring it to me, to my collection. That. So yeah, pretty shades, but just not something that I truly need right now. In addition, JD Glow is also launching some new illuminating powders, which is basically a glorified loose highlighter. I have, I think, about 2 or 3 loose highlighters in my collection, and honestly, I don't want to bring any more into my collection. Loose highlighters take an extreme amount of time to get through, and also I tend to have a little bit of difficulty taking the right amount on my brush, not having too much, not having too little. It just seems like too much for me. Personally, I prefer having a pressed highlighter where I can dig into my brush. I know how much I'm picking up, I know how much I'm not picking up, and it just lays beautifully overall. I don't have any highlighter on today, but you know, I was just trying to get through my makeup quit look a little seamlessly. But yeah, overall, these look pretty. You have a really nice bronzy one, you have a nice pinky one, and you have a nice silvery champagne-y one. I like the range. I think it's a really good range for anybody to find at least something that'll work for them. But just overall, I just don't need this. Beauty Vault is a black owned brand, and they have a palette. I've never heard of this brand or this palette, which is why I'm talking about them. And the palette is called the Parsipal palette. Pretty basic. I mean, you get your row of browns, you get your row of pinks, and then a purple or 2. Then you get a blue, a green, and a black. Very basic palette, but I think this would be a very useful palette depending on who you are and what you need makeup for at the moment. And yeah, that's pretty much that. They have some lip products available as well. For me, if I was looking at these lip products, I would probably only grab the one that's right above the 2 reds, because that looks to be the only brown. The others don't necessarily look to be browns, and lately I've just really been reaching for a lot of brown lip products. I've just really felt at home there. Midascosmetics also seems to be launching 4 new palettes in a collaboration with Neonmua. I've never, oh, I have seen him. I've seen him, but I don't follow him. So I'm interested to see what is going to happen with these palettes. I mean, clearly the shadows should work on somebody of my complexion. I'm very interested to see what that neon palette's gonna look like. Honestly, all of the palettes, because they're not coming until July, which is unfortunate, but I'm very, very eager to see what is going on with them. I know Midas did that collaboration with Hannah from Smoky Glow, and I think something happened with that. Honestly, that was going on when I was thick in the mix of graduate school, so I really don't know what happened. I have seen, I think, 1 or 2 videos, but I never actually clicked on them to see what was going on because I knew the palette would be no longer selling by the time I could buy makeup. But I am interested in this collection. I would love to see what he creates and just see if there's any inspiration that I can find from these palettes and if I want to buy them. So there's 4 different palettes. By the size, I would say they're probably going to be 12 to 16 shades, and that's like my perfect point of amount of shades. So I am intrigued, very much so, to see what happens with that collection. Beauty Bar Baby has been restocking some of their chameleon shades, and this is the first time I've seen this chameleon shade, so I wanted to talk about it. It's Zero Gravity. It looks to be like a lime green shade. This shade looks fabulous. I have how many of these chameleon shades do I have? I have to have at least 2 or 3 chameleon shades specifically from Beauty Bar Baby, and I really do enjoy these shades. So if you are interested in this, shade, I would recommend it. And I mean, I wouldn't be disappointed. Oh, apparently it has a red shift in there somewhere. That's awesome. So I would love to pick that up maybe one day in the future, but right now I just can't. So last video I talked about XX Revolution, and I was saying how I didn't know if they were connected to Makeup Revolution, and if they were, what was going on with that. So I figured it out. Since my last video, they have fully launched, and they are connected to Revolution. So depending on where you live, you would need to go to Revolution's website, and they do have their own specific tab and section, just like they do for Revolution Pro. Now, this brand has a lot, I mean a lot of things. They have 16 powder blushes, 10 bronzers, 12 highlighters, 4 face palettes, and 2 cream blush sets. They have come out and they are ready to play. I'm gonna talk about some of those blushes. The blushes, like the single pan blushes, look beautiful. I mean beautiful. There's so many that really are screaming and calling to me. I'm not going to hold you up at all, but looking at them, they look matte. Now I can't wait to see some videos coming out, and then maybe I can get some more information, but these look to be matte blushes, and I truly don't need any matte blushes. I've come to realize even that I do not mind and actually really enjoy using my matte single eyeshadows as blush. So for me, going to take the time to actually buy a matte blush does not make any sense. Then we go to the bronzer range. Now this bronzer range looks a little piss poor. I would say that for me personally, I would recommend getting one of the bronzers that Revolution just released. Their normal brand, they just released 2 or 3 huge bronzers that look like they will work for our complexion, somebody with my complexion. So I wouldn't recommend the bronzers based on what I can see. The highlighters don't look bad, but they also look very basic. So for me, it would be like a basic brown, a basic copper. I have those shades. I don't need those shades again. The face palettes, I'm not gonna hold you up. That face palette looks beautiful. I'm concerned because I don't think the bronzer would actually be a bronzer. It looks like it would be more of a face powder, but hey, I wouldn't be hella opposed to that. So, and that blush looks fabulous. That blush looks like it actually is illuminating. So I would actually love that. And the cream products, I just don't need the cream products. Let me see what else. They also have foundations. I don't need any foundations. I have quite a few foundations. They have some eyeshadow quads. I'm not a huge fan of eyeshadow quads. That is an easy pass. They have liquid eyeshadows. I don't use liquid eyeshadows as often as I really should. So that, once again, that's an easy pass. They have some drops and stuff. Easy pass. I think for me, honestly, the big thing, oh, they also have some eyeliners. The eyeliners actually don't look half bad, and they also look to be duochrome, which I'm not opposed. So I think for me, the kind of two sections that I would be interested in really seeing more information and seeing what people think about them would be the duochrome highlighters, and the face palette. I think those would be the two sections that I would really want to get some more information when it comes to Revolution. Gemcasket looks to have sneak peeked a new palette. I don't see a name for this new palette at all. This is actually a new brand to me. I have never heard of this brand before. It looks like they previously really focused on lashes, which is probably why I didn't hear from them, because I do not wear lashes. This eyeshadow palette looks to, honestly, to me, it feels like a Halloween type theme. You have two yellows, you have some greens, you have some oranges, a purple, a black, and then like maybe a light pinky purple shimmer. To me, this palette wouldn't be something that I would be buying right now. We're going into the summer, so I would want a lot of like really warm tones, bright tones, neon tones, and this doesn't seem like something personally that I would want. It looks like they're aiming to launch July 3rd, which is pretty soon, so hopefully by the time July 3rd rolls around, there's some more information about that palette. Ritodelphi looks to be coming out with some more products. They look to be dropping the Moon Drop, which I think it's a specific launch for Pride and also possibly for supporting. Yeah, it looks to be something for Pride. I haven't seen the inside of it, so I don't know much information, but I will keep you guys informed as, oh, okay. Okay, I see. So this is a Color Nectar Pigmented Balm. So there are multiple different shades of this product, and the one was just showing the packaging. So you have like a yellowy orange, then you have like an actual orange, a red, a pinky shade, and a purpley shade. For me, I don't feel comfortable with balms coming out of tubes like that. I prefer just giving me a stick of a balm, even like a tube. I don't mind a tube either, but something like this, I just don't like it. It's not even a hygienic thing. I just don't like dealing with it. So this would be a pass personally for me, but if you would like to support it for the Pride aspect, or if you really enjoy the brand, go for it. I know at one point I was really interested in this brand because they had some really cool looking like liquid highlighters, but I never went around to purchasing it. Peachy Queen is coming out with the new eyeshadow palette. It is called the Welcome to Carnival palette. It has 12 shades. It looks like they're also doing a PR search, so if you're interested in that, I guess go for that. The shades look to be, the mattes look to be pastels. Then you have the shimmers, and they're really dark. So for me, that's like two different palettes. I wouldn't want a pastel crease and then a really dark lid. I just don't like that personally. And there's also nothing to really deepen out the outer V. Like I said, I get it. We're going into the summertime, so a lot of people are going to be wanting to use pastels bright colors, neons, but you can still have a pastel or a neon and deepen it up. So for me, this would be a pass. And I have tried this brand previously and the mattes did not work for me. I got a lot of hard pan, but I did really enjoy the shimmers. So take that as you will. Some more liners are coming out, but these are actually cake liners. Midascosmetics is coming out with 2 cake liner palettes. So they're coming out with a neon cake liner palette and a pastel cake liner palette. For me, I don't have palettes. I had a like face paint palette. I think I've thrown that away because it's pretty old, but now I actually am in the market for a new face palette. I need to start thinking about that because I need to start kind of thinking about Halloween if I want to do Halloween looks. Anyways, for me right now, when it comes to liners, and these are actually water activated, so I really do enjoy that. My only water activated liners that I have are actually from Suva Beauty. I love these liners, but they are singles, so you do have to take the time to like actually open it and close it, but I don't mind it. I think that these work beautifully. I just drop water right in the actual container, I mix it around, and I get the color or the consistency that I want, and I use the product. The only other liners that I have truly in a pot form are my ColourPop, and I enjoy them, but they are kind of drying out. I think it actually would be beneficial for me to bring one, if not both of these palettes into my collection. They seem to be coming out June 2020, so I'm really excited to see what's going to go on. I think I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for an influencer to post about these, and I'm just really excited for these products. I think if I had to choose between one or the other, they are $25 each. I would probably go for the pastel because that would be more unique right now, because I do have more neon products both in liquid and pot form. So once again, I'm really excited for this product, and I can't wait to see who reviews it and get some critiques, because like I said, I do like the fact that they're water activated. That's the type of liners that I tend to prefer because they will last a longer amount of time and I can get more use out of them. They also seem to be UV activated, which is interesting. Huh. Very interesting. UV activated. Okay. And wow, that's crazy. Is that all I have to talk about? I feel like I haven't been talking for that long. I'm just gonna shop around really quickly just to make sure I got everything. And I see a couple more things. So just give me 1 second and we will talk about the new that I found. Okay, so I found 2 new products that seem to be launching very soon. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about them. Glossier seems to be coming out with a priming moisturizer. It's a gel cream formula, so it's $25. A gel cream formula would actually work for me, although the cream part maybe not. It might be a little too heavy. It's actually the type of moisturizer that I'm using now. Regardless, I'm actually happy that I bought the wrong type because my skin is getting back to its normal. So my skin isn't as normal anymore. It's actually starting to get more oily, which, as weird as it sounds, I'm actually happy because that's the products that I have. I don't have any products for normal skin. So I think this would be interesting. I have quite a few primers. I think I have 3 to 4 primers. That is enough. It takes quite a while to get through primers. I'm actually still working on one of my favorite primers, which is actually my Angel Veil. I think I'm almost done with it actually now that I'm looking at it, which is exciting. I'm happy to be getting through more products. It's good things are happening. It is a vegan, fragrance-free, and cruelty-free for those who are wondering, and there is no release date. It just says coming soon. So yeah. And then the last thing that I found is that Kaja has come out with some new stacks, but these stacks include lip and cheek cream products. So this is interesting. Each stack only has 2 products. It has a deeper and a lighter of the same kind of color family. So one looks to be like the pink color family. One I would say looks more corally, and the other one looks more like pastel pink, more lavender. And then the other duo is more purpley. So the bottom darker one is more maroon, and the lighter one, like I said again, is more of a lavender-ish shade. They both look nice. I don't want any more cream products that are presented cheek-wise, that are presented in this format. I really like the tube type format like I got in this one. I wish I had some more of these, but I don't. And yeah, that, Lord, okay. So that is all I have for you guys today. If I had to kind of say what are my top products, I would say my top products that I am personally interested in, of course, would have to be those lipsticks from, what is the brand? Propa Beauty. I would also have to say I would really be interested in that Beauty Bar Baby, Zero Gravity, Single Shadow. Then all the products that I listed from XX Revolution, I'm just really excited about those. And then the palette from Midas Cosmetics. That palette, the UV Cake Liner palette, I would really be interested in that as well. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys